this art lesson, we are creating portraits using Google Drawing. Now this can be a self-portrait or a portrait of somebody famous. If you want to do a self-portrait, click Insert Image and go down to the camera button, and that's going to open up your face camera. So if you click on that, here I am. Hello. Yeah, didn't even brush my hair. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go over here. I've already searched up a Frida Kahlo portrait, and I'm going to make sure I use a picture and not a painting. So once I find one I like, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to, it's better if you open it up first. It tends to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to open it, and then I'm going to right click and copy image. I'm going to go back over to my drawing, and I'm going to paste it into there. Now what we want to do is really focus on the face. We're not interested in doing the entire background, the clothes. And so there's a couple of things you're going to do. You're going to resize it, and you're also going to crop it. When you're resizing it, do not use this side bar. Look what it does. It stretches her out. I hit the back button, so only use the corners when you're resizing. I'm going to go ahead and crop this down to make it, again, zoomed in on the face. I'm just using these side bars here and pulling them in close to the face. Once I like what I have, I hit enter and it deletes the rest of it. So now I can really use that corner button again and stretch it out to fill up my drawing space. You're going to want a big picture so that you can really zoom in and see the details. Now, I already shared with you a video on how to create these portraits. It's another internet person who did a much better job than me explaining it. So please watch at least the first half of that tutorial to get an idea of what to do. I'm pretty new at this, but I'm getting the hang of it. The very basic concept is you're going to go up here and you're going to click and the line options, and you're going to go down to curve, not the poly one, the curve. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to click around the curves around the face and kind of outline the very basic shape of the face. Couple of things I've noticed. One, if you click too close to the last click, it's going to stop and just create a line. And we're trying to create shapes. We want to fill these shapes with color. So if that happens, you just have to delete that and try again. You'll notice when I'm doing this tutorial, it happens to me several times. So just delete it and try again. So here we go. I'm going to connect it by clicking on the very first dot. It fills it in with blue, so make sure you switch it to transparent. Now you can edit this shape after you've created it. Click on the arrow button to take you off of the line function, and just if you double click on it, it's going to give you all the little spots where you clicked. And if you grab on those little dots and kind of move them around, you'll notice you can actually edit it a little bit. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to show you is that you can actually zoom in on this, and it's going to make it much easier. So I went back to my curve function, and what I'm going to do is, as I'm doing the ear, you're going to notice it's really hard to see. So I'm going to come over here and go to, click on the curve again. I'm going to go to the zoom and play around with this. Zoom in, however much you need to get able to see the shape. Okay, so I'm just going to keep working on this. I'm going to put this on a pretty fast pace so it doesn't take too long, and then I'll slow it back down when we add the color. I think I have outlined all of the details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the picture from the background and move it over to the side. You can see I have a pretty detailed drawing. I'm going to click the back button so that it moves the picture back. I'm going to use the picture to help me with my color. So here we go. I'm going to select one shape and do the best I can to match the color. So here's the deal. You do not have to match the colors. If you want to go crazy with the colors, go for it. If you want to try to match the colors, go for it. That is up to you. I'm going to get kind of close to matching. So I'm going to start with my flowers. And so what I've done is I've selected that one flower. Notice it has the blue box around it. And I'm going to come into the paint bucket and I'm going to select a color. And if I don't like it, I really like to come in and do the custom option. So I get a color that I'm kind of okay with, but then I go back to the paint bucket and click custom, and I can pick a color that I like a little bit better. So here we go. I'm going to select custom, and again, just play around here. I like that kind of deep red. Got this blue color. Let's see if I can find something close. Okay, that's not bad. And there we go. There's another flower. And let's see, do I like that? That's not bad. So the flowers, I'm able to pretty much just pick a color out of here. Or I could, again, click a color, click custom, and then go in and give it a little change. So just like I did with the drawing, I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to get going until I've got all the colors in there that I like. Alright, I have all the colors in there, I think. So what I'm going to do is delete the picture behind it. So I'm going to grab that and just hit delete. Now, looks pretty good, but you can see there are some spots here that I didn't quite fill in. So I'm going to zoom in on those, and I'm going to use my arrow right there, select, and I'm going to double click on the shapes and just kind of extend them out so they fill in those blank spaces. You're going to notice that sometimes a shape is behind another shape. That's going to help you because you can extend it just all the way behind, not worried about the actual shape that you're creating. But then other times it's in front of it, so you just have to kind of be careful with it. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of adjusting here all along until I have covered up all the holes and I think it looks good. And then I'm going to do my final step. Okay, I have all the gaps filled in. My final step is using my arrow function, I'm going to click kind of outside the picture and I'm going to click and drag until it highlights everything. I'm going to go into this border or line color and I'm going to select transparent until all those black outlines disappear. And there you have it. There is my portrait of Frida Kahlo. I really like it. I think this would be really fun to do of siblings or of friends and create these kind of cartoon characters of everybody. Okay, let me just do a little adjusting here on the eye. Nope, I think it looks good. Alrighty, last thing is going to be to go ahead and save it and turn it in. Great job, everybody.